Alright, what's going on? YouTube. It's me. It's been a minute again. But today, we're just playing to ignore the Yu-Gi-Oh! In the back, but uh, I guess another story time? Or, actually, no, not really. Let's just, my experience in the fast food. More specifically, as a waiter. Now, all I know, being a waiter is probably the worst thing you could have as a job. No cap. Being a waiter sucks. I did that for at least a whole year and a half, and that thing sucked, especially from a oh shit. Especially for a guy that doesn't have good communication skills. That thing sucks. First of all, it don't matter. You could have the nicest freaking restaurant. You could have the best manager system. You could have the best pay or whatever. But overall, that thing sucks. Like, you have to, like, what happens if you don't even like talking to people? I barely like talking to people. Well, now I like talking to people, but back then I'm just like, ugh. Like, I really have to talk just to, actually do my job? So now I'm just like, what was I thinking? At the time where I'm like, yeah, I really love being a waiter. I think it got to the point where I actually like being a waiter when I started making. Once I actually got good, once I became good at being a waiter, I knew I was like, all right, like this is actually easy. Nothing's gonna stop me. But once I got my first complaint of, great. Once I got my first complaint of, hey, you're too slow. That's when I knew this job sucks. I used to be a waiter for a sushi restaurant. Holy shit, why did that sound weird when I said that? And holy fudge, dude. That thing was good, but at the same time, that thing sucked. Like, here we go where, luckily it was sushi at the time, and then I think depending on the type of environment you work in, I think it does affect like the customers. So like in this case, sushi, I think that's like how I see it's like mid to high class. So like the people that I always see were like, actually no, I wouldn't say mid to high class because everyone will say. I should say people that actually have that had sushi, like you gotta at least not be picky or actually love food, because like the ingredients that they like we just use in it, like you can't be picky. Like if you have like a California roll, there's shredded crab meat, you have avocado, sesame seed, cucumber, depending on wherever you go, like you have all that. So it's like there's no way people are picky. Wrong. There are people that are picky. And I'm just like, there's no way you're serious when you order some stupid ass shit. Like, I remember at one time when oh god, when this lady, I seated this one lady and it was just her by herself. She looked like a businesswoman. She looked like a nurse. But I was just like, all right, here I go. It's just one lady. How hard can it be? Like, I don't think she'll give me problems. Here she goes where she's like, hi, yeah. I was like, I'll have a Diet Coke and you know what? Just bring me a chicken teriyaki roll, which is basically, it's just chicken teriyaki and nothing else. Oh no. Oh no. My turn. Right here. Boom. Alright, I really can't do anything. Why did I do that? Oh, I lost. I lost. I lost. I lost. But yeah, this... She orders a chicken teriyaki roll. And I'm like, alright, that's easy. What does she do? She's like, yeah, let me get the chicken teriyaki roll, but with no chicken. And I'm like, what? I was like, there's no way she just said this. So I was like, can you repeat that? I'm like, can you repeat that? And she's like, yeah, chicken teriyaki roll. I'm sorry, I had to surrender. I messed up. But a chicken teriyaki roll, but with no chicken. And I'm like, so you just want rice with the sauce? And she still goes on and say, no, you're not getting it right. A chicken teriyaki roll with no chicken. And I'm like, you know what? That's fine. Let me get that down for you. Chicken teriyaki roll, no chicken. I tell the chef, hey, let's get a chicken teriyaki roll with no chicken. The guy was looking at me weird. I was like, yeah, this guy for sure has lost it. But hey, here he goes. Good thing he works his magic. And honestly, what you do at that point, you make it look fancy just to trick these people. So what does he do? He just honestly, he put it into like a snow cone form and put the sesame seed and the eel sauce. And that's it. And I'm like, you know what? That's what she wanted. That's what she gets. I go, and here I go. Here's your chicken teriyaki roll, no chicken. What does she do? She looks at it, and then what does she say? Perfect. Thank God someone knows how to do it well. And I'm just like, you know what? Don't even question her. Don't even question her. Just let it slide. And I'm like, there's no way she just ordered that. I'm like, you know what? That's fine. That's fine. But then other times where there's no way that can happen just once in your whole lifetime, right? No, wrong. Here I go. A nice family of 4. The lady proceeds to say, can I get shrimp fried rice, but without the shrimp? And I'm like, there's no way this is happening again. And I'm like, a shrimp fried rice with no shrimp. So I'm like, so you just want regular fried rice? And she's like, no, like shrimp fried rice, no shrimp. And I'm like, you know what? Don't even bother. Just proceed. Okay, thanks, dude. Proceed. And I'm like, hey, bro, just make the fried rice. Screw this. I'm like, put the fried rice. That's it. I proceeded to, once again, I give it to the lady. And she's like, oh my God, this looks good. And I'm like, that's it? That's all you're going to say? It just looks good? No way. There's just no way that people are like this. Like now, when I go to a restaurant, like, it's like, I feel bad now. That's why when I go, I'm just like, you know what? Don't even make it hard for them. Hey, give me this. That's it. No special instructions. Just give it to me like that. Boom. Done. Like, people are really dumb out there. But then, honestly, people I think only do it because of the tips. Actually, that's a bad system. Where they'll pay you under minimum wage, but you get tips. It's like, all right, but what happens if I have a bad day of tips and I have to now rely on my lower than minimum wage income? It's like, how you gonna live off by that? Like, I got lucky enough where my tips are paying off my bills and gas, and I still had my check at the time. Like, I got lucky at that. So I'm just like, what is this system for waiters, waitresses? You can even put hosts. Like, how? Busboy? Like, how? Like, that system for sure, no matter what. I think fast food, for like people that are just trying to start off, like fast food anything with food, anything making food, coffee shop, anything like that. I think it's the hardest thing. There's just no way. Like, that's the system. So you're telling me I'm only gonna pay you X amount just to get treated like shit? Like, there's no way. There's just no way. Like, I'm like, just thinking about it, it's pissing me off. Like, but there are good times. There are good times. Like, I remember this, I want to say honestly, a Russian family of 6. These guys came in the last hour right before we closed, and I'm like, oh my god, 6 people. I'm like, we gotta like go fast on these guys, because the moment we don't, like, it's like we're not gonna go home. So, I go out there, boom, 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 get their drinks, boom, 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 get their food, perfect. Luckily, there was like only 2 other couples there, and I'm like, this is perfect. Like, we'll get this done in time. These fools freaking order all the sake, order all the Sapporo. These guys are pounding sake bombs, and for people who don't know what are sake bombs, it's just good old sake, Sapporo, mix it in together, boom, sake bomb. And so these fools are pounding it, and I'm just like, damn, these guys really know how to have a good time. So here I go, I'm gonna come up and be like, hey guys, this is our last order. If there's anything else you want, order it now, because after this we gotta close. And then they tell me, you know what? They're like, we like you. How about you take a couple bombs with us? And I'm like, nice. This is what I was waiting for. Oh wait, is it my turn still? Oh great. I really can't do anything. So I'm pounding like 2 or 3. I didn't have food at the time, so I was feeling a little buzz already. I'm like, oh snap, it's kicking in. But then I'm like, you know what? I'm like, this is not bad. Like, if I can have more people like this where they offer me drinks, it could be a good time. So I'm out there drinking with them. Boom, boom. At one point, I just sat down with them and I just told them, I'm like, hey, we need more beers. Where they at? I became the customer at that point. And then at the end, these guys paid. I think their total was like 2 bills, at least 200. And then the guy, I want to say he was like the father or something. He comes up to me. He's like, hey man, he's like, I like you. You're dirty, nice, and like to have fun. And I was like, oh yeah. I was like, oh, you guys are cool. Like, where are you guys from? I was like, I love you guys, how you guys talk. They're like, oh, we're from Russia. And I was like, oh shoot, Russia. I was like, that's what's up. I was like, that's what's up. But I was like, for sure, come by anytime. We could do this again. And he's like, yeah, like, I like that. So this fool comes up to me, he gives me a big old bear hug. And then he sticks his hand out, gives me the good old, most manly handshake I've ever done. And then like, I felt something on my palm. Oh God, what is he gonna do? I felt something on the palm of my hand. And what does this dude give me? This fool straight up gives me, oh my God, I lost. Yeah, I lost. He gives us straight up. This fool gives me $100 tip. I was like, no way, this guy just gave me $100. I was like, so I seated a table. Thanks, dude. I seated a table for 6. Only, 6. Got a couple beers and a tip of 100. I was like, you know what? It's not bad. Like, you have those days and then you won't have those days. Honestly, I think I'm going to lose this. Oh, I barely live. I lose either way. There's no way I could come back from this. Yeah. But for sure, I think overall in today's lesson is being a waiter, waitress, working in the fast food. It just sucks. And to the people that are working in those departments in 2022, just hang in there. Hang in there. I for sure feel. I know that pain and feeling, but for sure, hang in there. Oh, right here. Heart of the cards. Oh my god, this is what I needed. This is what I needed. Right here. Oh, never mind. I lose. Alright, yeah, I lose. But yeah, for sure. Hang in there. And hopefully, there's always some good people out there in the world. And there's some bad people out there, but it is what it is. And yeah, for sure, being a waiter sucks. That's going to be in the end. And as always, I'll see you on the next one.